Okay, I'm acknowledging I'm saying this at the start of every review, but I could not be more excited to bring you the gameplay today. We have Viper back on his signature Riven. Now, for anybody that's followed Viper's career for a long time, he's obviously the brother of, I think he peaked at 1600 LP, Challenger General Sniper. Viper in himself, in his own regard, is an incredible player. He's hit rank 1 multiple times. Absolutely known for being one of the first and best Riven one-tricks in the entire world before he ventured off to pro play. Today, we have Viper back on, he's quit pro play, he's back onto his solo queue grind, playing the Riven into the Camille today. I know I say I'm excited, but I really am, because Viper was one of the players that I used to watch when I was younger. I used to watch him when I started learning League, and his playstyle with Riven is, like, out of all the Riven mains, it probably is the most similar to mine. Still gets a decent amount of solo kills in lane. I aim to be the player that Viper is. Very consistent in the top lane. You see Viper on his team, you're like, let's get it. I've got a rock in the top. He's not going to fall behind. He's going to find his way back into the game. We have Riven versus Camille matchup today. This is obviously in very high grandmaster, probably low challenger. We have the flash ignite on the side of the Riven, the grasp, and the inspiration on the side of Camille. Viper actually has gone for the sorcery this matchup, which I think you can go, but I personally prefer resolve in this, just to give you a little bit of like stronger early laning power. As we see, he takes the bone plating cleanly out with his Q AoE there. Obviously, one of the biggest strong parts of Camille level 1, you want to get her bone plating and then also her passive shield to be able to trade onto Camille. One thing I also have with this gameplay today is I am not feeling the best, and I just mowed the lawns. So I'm a little bit sweaty, that's why there's no face cam today. But I actually want you guys' opinion, whether or not you feel like it makes a difference. Like, I'm happy to put them on if it makes you guys kind of like enjoy the videos more. Obviously, I'll do whatever I can to help you guys enjoy and get the most maximum value out of the videos. But if you just like to hear my voice and you don't really care about the cam, please let me know in the comments. I also want to say, if you guys love these type of educational videos where I go over gameplays, any top laners, I'm a top lane main, you guys are welcome to suggest any players that you'd like me to go over. I'd love to help you guys learn the game and understand. We go into the niche little parts of the matchups here, and we understand how these really, really good players get their lead and how they push it into the rest of the map and all that kind of thing. As Camille gets a really, really nice trade there with the Q. This is kind of like the trade pattern you want to be going for with Camille early. Obviously, Viper's gone for the longsword, so it's a little bit squishier. Camille should just be looking for those Q trades. Really, really clean. Obviously gives him a lot of range, and with the grasp, Q can really, really hurt. So pretty safe trading pattern. Riven obviously, as we look for a gank opportunity, Riven obviously excels in longer trades. She has really, really strong lane pressure over Camille, probably pre-Sheen. And then after that, okay, I think Riven can just, yeah, I think this Udyr's maybe just a bit off a little bit. All right, this is really, really good for the Riven. Obviously picking up a kill and the red buff and the blue buff, but Camille does have TP, so it's not the worst. Riven also does maintain the flash too. So what's going to happen here is, if Riven goes to take this wave, no, would base, yep, perfect. What can happen here is the wave is going to bounce into the top side for Riven, and Riven has flash advantage. So if Camille overextends even a little bit, she's just going to chase it down the long lane with that red buff there. As I was saying before, guys, if you like these educational videos, feel free to leave a sub, leave a like whatever you want. Trying to kind of like gain a following, and I'm absolutely loving the community that I'm building so far. Could not be more grateful that you guys have chose to stick around. We're seeing some really, really good growth to start with, and all I want to do is bring you guys kind of like everything I know here. As we see Riven playing it really smart here, she holds the third Q as, oh, that's really unlucky. She holds the third Q so that if Ori flashes over the wall, Riven can just follow it with her Q. Obviously, Riven doesn't have a flash after engaging on her. So instead of a clean base here, we've opted for a bit of map pressure, a bit of roaming. Obviously, pretty unlucky that it doesn't work out. It's just one of those plays. We'll see what she can do. It probably would have been a bit better to get a nice recall off here because she only has longsword. She has no TP, so she doesn't have the safety of getting a clean back. If Udyr was really, really smart, he would have come top here, like immediately after he saw Riven mid, because he knew Riven would have had to answer this big wave top, and he would have dove, so it would have taken the double buffs off. Even if they go 1-for-1, Riven misses this massive wave, but Riven hitting the SP advantage there, level 5 to level 4. I think Riven has Transcendence and Gathering Storm here. Personally, I like Nimbus Cloak when I go Ignite. Obviously means that you're getting a lot of value out of combat summoners early. Very close. Can we buy here? No, we don't want to risk it there. If Riven falls just here, it leaves him in a really bad spot because there's no TP for mistake compensation. Let's continue on. Castle's looking for the loop around here. Camille may get a kill. She has her passive shield up. Let's just see what happens. Maybe she leaves a W. Udyr coming down. Very smart by the Carthus to hover Riven here. Obviously, we know that this could be a play that they'd be looking to do here. I think someone just... Okay, Udyr has... Oh! Udyr has Slash still. Okay, not the worst. I mean, it gives Riven a decent reset, and Carthus is still going to be able to push the wave in, so definitely not the worst. Riven was on the double side of the CS lead there. Caulfield, Warhammer, and Iron Spike we picked up. Not uncommon to be going into Gore Drinker first. Camille picking up the Sheen. This is where Camille can really start to hurt, and it's kind of a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie. Camille, once she has Divine Sundra, is a whole nother beast to deal with, so you want to be getting as much of an advantage as you can before she finishes that item. Camille definitely not doing too badly, considering she doesn't have any aggressive summoners on the side of Flash and TP, Riven, Flash, and Ignite. This is kind of like probably a pretty decent situation you want to be in as the Camille, matching the Sheen with the Caulfield's Warhammer, but looks like both junglers are investing a lot of time into the top lane here. We'll see what can happen. Riven very, like literally 1 creep off 6. Using the Iron Spike Whip to break the bone plating. They're very smart. Riven hits 6 here and Camille dies. I was going to say, I was like, where is this creep dying? Okay, it doesn't even have to use ult. I was waiting for Riven to Q through a creep there, and then it died, and then she just skills R, and then she kills her, but didn't even need to. Very, very well played. Karthus again putting more resources into the top, making sure Camille gets put behind as far as possible. Udyr pinging onto the dragon bot side. The rest of the map not looking too bad. Orianna's still getting quite strong. We've actually got Ryoma in the mid lane, an Oceanic mid lane, a mid laner that I used to play against quite a lot. Absolute beast. So we'll be able to see if he has what it takes to carry this game. Riven maybe looking to push Camille off the tower because she has that level lead, but we don't know where Udyr is. We don't know that Udyr is on Dragon. It would make sense, but we don't know. We're going to base here. I feel like Riven's probably on Gore Drinker Gold, maybe Kindle Gem, maybe not quite Gore Drinker. We'll see what he picks up here. Should be a Kindle Gem. Okay, we're going for Lucidity Boots. Equally as good. Definitely not a wrong buy at all, as we see Udyr pick up the Dragon. Bot lane, a little bit behind in CS, but that's not too bad. We'll skip ahead a little bit here. So, yeah, Camille obviously being played against pretty hard here. Karthus is starting to move around the map a little bit more to put his resources everywhere else. Obviously, we don't want Riven to be the sole carry here. We are making a gank mid. Camille obviously has the ultimate up, so Corki should just, Corki should just die to the Camille ult. Very, very smart of the Camille to roam there. Obviously, she can't really match the Riven because Riven's so much further ahead than the Camille, so very smart that he looks to put his ult in mid lane so he can pick up a kill. He did end up getting the Corki though. Riven can definitely cut the Camille off this big wave here. If Camille even misplays it or gives up her passive, Riven can dive. So we'll see how the Camille looks to play it. Almost a plate over the side of the Riven. 64 CS to 35. Riven got a big CS lead. When you think about these CS leads on the side of like top laners and stuff, 6 CS is an entire wave. And you know, obviously like once a wave is gone, it's not coming back. So the further you fall behind in CS, like we have 70 CS on the side of Riven to 36. Once you fall behind in CS, it's very, very hard to recover even in the side lane later on. It allows Riven to roam around without missing as much while you're still trying to catch up and chase tail with your CS deficit. 70 to 41, as I said before, like it's, what is it, like 18 CS as a kill or something, or 15 CS as a kill? Like it's just not. See if Camille leads with E here. I was gonna say if Camille E's in here, she dies, but anyway. Yeah, it's definitely not something that you want to be doing this early in the game. But I mean, I guess Riven, when you run Ignite, you kind of have that like early game agency where you just kind of like the enemy laner can't even just really walk up because they risk dying. Viper himself, the reason I really, really like Viper's playstyle, he's actually one of those Rivens. I don't know why, I really enjoy watching them, but those Rivens that go like 10 CS per minute, I really, really like to watch. Viper was like pretty much the first one that adopted that playstyle. I even know that like someone like Built E West, who's obviously ranked 3 right now at 1650 LP as a Riven player. Where is he going? Or he's right there. He watched Viper to learn how to play the game as Ori kills Corki again. Let's see if Riven does have a flash. Yeah, Ori does here. Oof. Wait, how did Karthus not die? I mean, how did Karthus not ult? Ori should have died just there. What happened? Did Ori ult him? Oh, the Soraka silenced him. That's so unlucky. That's really bad, actually. Holy. Okay. Yeah, some pretty questionable plays happening. I thought that was going to be a pretty clean wipe from the Riven. Obviously, very, very strong. Ori being able to keep herself alive with a strong shield there. Very, very ahead. Lucian also, it's starting to look a little bit more dire now. Camille's patched up a little bit of a loss going straight into the Tabby. It's really strong to buy Tabby into Riven as well because Riven doesn't have any answer for armor. So while Riven is building her Black Fever, you are going to have a lot of efficiency and effectiveness out of those Tabby. However, it does put you a fair bit behind her Spike. Like Camille's going to be off Divine Sundra by 1100 gold now because she's gone for the Tabby, or the Plated Steel Cap, sorry. I don't even know. I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess it's fine to go Plated Steel Caps here. Like, it gives you a lot of power against the Riven, but obviously into Corki and Karthus, Plated Steel Caps aren't going to do a whole ton. We'll just see how the rest of the game transpires. Riven got the Gore Drinker completed with the Orion Boots of Lucidity. Sorry, it wasn't scrolling there. She just walked down into River. Level 8 on the side of Camille and Riven. It's a really clean trade-off there. Oh, Camille just missing E, going wide there. Riven, this is where Riven starts to get scary though, because obviously we know with the Gordrinker passive how it gives you more haste. It accents the Ionian Boots of Lucidity quite heavily and gives you a lot of those, a lot of value with the cooldown reduction aspect. Riven's going to be probably looking into Black Cleaver here. Obviously, Black Cleaver on Riven is absolutely insane, giving 30 haste. And as I said before, and something that I've really recently learned, Black Cleaver is very, very needed if the enemy team's going to build any armor. It really feels like you do no damage if you just go Gordrinker into Death Dance if you're against an armor builder. So obviously, Camille is going to get Tabby into Death Dance, or Tabby, Sundra, Death Dance. And once she has Death Dance, she kind of just beats Riven, even if Riven's like an item ahead. So Riven's going to need to go into probably Black Cleaver. Like, might even considering going Cyrilda's, but at the same time, Death Dance is just too good of an item to not go on Riven. So we're going to see Viper continue to try and hit his 10 CS per minute mark here. If Udyr plays this slowly and Camille ults Riven, she might die, but we also have Karthus hovering top. Their bot side of the map, Corki is 0-5, Ezreal 0-2, Nami 0-1, so we're going to have to see a fair bit of composure out of Viper here, obviously, to carry this game. I'm not going to say who wins, but either way, we're going for another top side play here. Obviously, Camille weak side. Camille will die. Okay, unlucky. Or he's so strong there. Maybe they're just going to go trade for the shutdown here. That's pretty big, actually. Like, really, really big. Or if Camille had died there as well, that would have been like a game-turning play. But Camille has also had to use their flash to escape. So let's see what else happens. We have the Udyr trading dragon on the other bottom side of the map while Riven takes top tower. We're going to look for first tower here. Obviously, with the bottom side of the map on one plate, we want Riven to try and get that one. We want to see Riven try and get that first tower advantage, obviously taking the gold away from the bot side. So if you know that like top you have an advantage and then your bot's losing, so we see obviously if you look at the bottom here, I will go because Riven's not doing anything. We've got one plate on the side of these guys here, and the Lucian and the Nami are pushing in. So it would be in their best interest to take this because obviously we know top side's also just as bad. So if maybe he's just resetting for tempo. There's nothing really on the map though. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do this. Maybe he just wanted to get good tempo on the Camille. As we see them going for a dive here. Udyr is bottom side, so Ezreal falls to his third death. Sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. Udyr going to chase the Nami down. I feel like surely Udyr doesn't kill here though, right? Oh my god, damage. What? Okay. Okay, everyone's still alive. What is going on? See, Riven translating down into the red buff here. Obviously, he doesn't really have much value on Karthus, but he's going to leave it alone anyway. Just wants to go and collect the wave top. He needs to keep himself at a level lead. Obviously, having levels in the game is one of the best ways to kind of like put yourself in a solo carry position because levels just giving so many good stats that like you can go levels and items, but levels are more important. So going to see Viper kind of stick to his CS advantage. We have Lucian, like he's against some really good players though. We have obviously Ryoma and Johnson in the bot lane. So while he is still farming up and getting really close to this 10 CS per minute mark, we already have Ori on 129. Matching the Riven, and then 141 on the side of the Lucian, 141. Obviously, 10 CS per minute there. Riven at about 8 or 9, or 8.59. Ori also at 8.59. Jungler's matching as well, though. I don't even know who kind of scales better in this team. Like, Camille outscales Riven by a bit. Udyr is just going to be a pest in general. Karthus, obviously one of the best scalers in the game. Ori and Corki probably pretty evenly matched. I'd say maybe Corki a little bit, and then maybe Ezreal over Lucian. But with how big of a lead that this Lucian has, he's going to be out of the game for a fair while. We have the Essence Reaver completed on the side of the Ezreal with his tier, and then we have like 2 items on the Lucian already, almost. I feel like once he bases, he'll be on his second item there. So we'll see what everyone can do as Lucian picks up another kill bot lane. Riven just pushing around the top side of the map. Camille looking for a pick with her ult. Obviously a very smart play that you can make as the Camille player if you're looking to kind of move around the map a little bit more, is just looking for picks with your ult. Just going to have to go top to catch this wave. Karthus hovering here. We might go for the tier 2 first. Obviously tier 2 holding a lot of gold. 650 if you're able to take this down. But Riven is one of the worst tower takers out of any bruiser, so it's going to be pretty rough. Obviously on Camille you have the auto reset on Q, and you can Q Empower on the tower. Fiora with the auto resets, and her E crits the tower, and her Q as well. Like, Fiora just shreds towers. Renekton's pretty bad. We have Aurelia, obviously has crazy attack speed, so she just takes towers really fast as well here. This looks pretty good because we have Riven flanking, and we know that Lucian doesn't have any summoners up from plays bot before, while Riven has a flash and ignite. So this play could definitely look to turn the game. We'll see if Riven's able to get an effective flank off. Obviously having a pretty hard time making a decent approach in the enemy team as they split up really well. In lower elos, they'd probably just panic and all converge. So in challenger games, obviously you're going to make Riven either want to choose between a play or like have to commit onto a target, as we see Soraka picked out, or can't talk. Soraka is picked here, has to flash away. Riven flashing on the Soraka, gets a wind slash. Path Salt down here, needs to get out of the tower range. Going to cut across the Orianna here, burns the Orianna flash. Obviously, no shutdown inside of the Orianna, but she's still a bit of a menace either way. Corki maybe picks up the kill with her R. Oh, just picks it up here, maybe survives. He is good, okay. We just got about 8 flashes there out of Riven, holy moly. Let's see how we go. Camille getting the rest of the tower on the top side here, picks up her Sundra, and she is starting to build towards her Death Stance now with the 2 long swords. Riven picking up her Death Stance here, as I said before, he's probably going to go for the Death Stance or the Black Cleaver. Death Stance obviously giving really, really good stats and damage mitigation into both damage types, so not a surprise as he needs to kind of frontline solo here. Obviously Karthus is in a very good frontline. Something else that you guys might know as well, it's actually pretty good to finish Krugs. Everyone might think that like the little Krugs are worth nothing, but they're actually worth more than the medium-sized Krugs. So if you have the time to, definitely finish the Krugs as much as you can. 17 minutes with Riven, 161 CS. The Lucian starting to hit the 11 CS mark, the 11 CS per minute mark. No flash for the next objective though, so this could definitely be one where Lucian gets picked out. Does have exhaust though, so should be able to protect himself pretty well. Lucian heading into the objective here. Orianna just kind of mirroring and hovering the Soraka. We have a bit of a split though. Lucian's sort of out of the fight. Camille ulting onto the Ezreal, maybe a little bit prematurely. You see it's a 4v5 now. Udyr has no flash. Corki getting a really, really good ult there. Cutting the Soraka off. We know obviously they don't have... oh my god, that Gordon was fat. Surely Riven falls here, but they pick up like all the shutdowns. That was a massive fight by everybody. Really, really well played. That Gore Drinker from Viper was crazy. It was the only reason he was able to survive for so long. Obviously, getting the kills as well, giving you the Death Stance passive for the heal. Surely they pick up... Yeah, they're definitely going to pick up the Aura here as well. She's like almost doomed. Come on, Corker. Man, this Corki is having a shocker. Holy. Alright, very well played. We've got Ezreal on the board. I don't think we picked up that dragon there. But either way, very well played. Viper leading that fight really, really well. Their team just played it really well in general. I'm actually going to skip back really quickly and we'll just review it now quick. So we'll kind of see how it all eventuated. So Camille isn't really ahead, so she can't really just dive onto Ezreal like this. So we see, I'm just going to go with Camille's POV first. So we see Camille, like, yeah, it looks like a pick, but at the same time, like, his whole team's right here, and Camille's on her own. She just has Divine Sunrise. She's not really going to be able to one-shot the Ezreal that fast, and Ezreal's not even really, like, a priority because he's on 4. Then from here, we have Corki hovering with his package. So what he does here, we obviously know that last fight we burned all of their flashes except for Camille. So Corki looks for a good, like, you can split up the team here. Obviously, we know that they're both having to walk through the Karthus wall, so Udyr's a little bit weakened. And then we have the package that just cuts the Soraka off. The Nami wave obviously picks her up. And then the package goes straight across here, pushing the Soraka into the enemy team. So Soraka gets burnt pretty quickly. Yeah, very, very nice. Obviously, Riven has a lot of haste here, so it gets a 3-person Gore Drinker with a 500 health heal. Gets exhausted here as well. And then just like a lot of disruption coming through. Obviously, the knockup's just stalling for his team. And then we get the Karthus with the 1k shutdown onto the Lucian. And then Udyr will fall to the Corki and the Ezreal. Very, very nice. Well played by Viper. Leading the fight very well there. Let's see what he goes into with third item. Surely he goes Black Cleaver here. Yep, Caulfields. So level 12, 161 CS. 40 CS ahead of this Camille. This is really where it's going to be showing off his 94% win rate that he had at the time of recording this. I think he only lost 1 Riven game or something out of 20 games. Absolutely crazy. Game's definitely, just because we picked up so many shutdowns, they were behind, but now that because they've got the shutdowns off the map, obviously you get a lot of XP and a lot of gold out of those. Riven looking to get a pick here. We have them playing Herald though, so we see everybody top basically. Even Camille, but no TB on the side of Camille, so Riven should be able to get the tower here. Level 13 to level 12 on the top side of the map. We have level 13 on Orianna, 12 on Udyr, and 13 on Lucian. 2 levels ahead of this Ezreal. As I said, we got those shutdowns, but the game's definitely still in the hands of the enemy. We're going to see how Riven's able to team fight here and lead his team with his advantage. I'm just going to go and scroll top, see what's going on here. Camille leading into here. We see Ezreal will get picked off. Camille will fall. Nami will fall. Literally everybody will fall. Karthus ult will do nothing. Except for kill the Soraka from half HP. Holy shit, he's actually really fed. Never mind. Riven picking up tier 1 here. She's going to be sitting on black Cleaver Gold here if she can get both of these, because we have Camille dead, and then we have Soraka dead, and 3 are top. So they're going to be basing while Riven's going to be able to take this tower down here. Riven is really, really fed. Just off objective gold, and the fact that obviously her CS is still really strong. We have the Udyr and the Lucian looking to answer the bot wave here. We're going to take the Krugs off this Udyr, maybe even look for the red buff, but I feel like Udyr will be able to answer fast enough. I always, like, this Udyr just walked here, I always forget to take the Hextech gates. Udyr won't be able to catch Riven. She has way too much haste. Let's see what he does next. He's sitting on probably 2k gold, I would say. Almost taking... Both tier 2s are like 1 HP, so if he's able to get into the situation where he's able to take both those off the map, or we're able to get 650 gold on someone on the side of the blue team... Oh, on the red team, sorry. We're going to have a pretty good game on our hands. We have Riven leaving the Gromp there. Obviously, Karthus is pathing down to the Gromp, so we're not going to take it off him. That's just an inefficient spend of time. Riven basing to get a nice tempo back on the map. Level 13, still halfway to level 14. Camille level 12. Camille no TP or flash. Bottom side as she pushes out the wave. Riven maybe looks to... Go on here. Holy. What is happening here? How did he just do that? Lucian had everything up. Okay, 3-item Riven. Nice. Like, because even through exhaust as well, I was like, nah, surely not. But I get, like, Lucian literally walks melee range to this Riven. Like, this. And then Soraka burns her silence, and he burns, Oh my god. He burns his Gale Force straight away as well. Riven just going ham with that ability haste there. Holy moly. Everybody falls there, taking another shutdown off the board. If Lucian had a flash probably immediately, or dodged like probably out of the range of the Riven, I don't think he would have died because Soraka also died there too. So Riven taking 3 people off the map, that's just literally straight up Baron there. There's literally nothing they can do to contest. Already burnt her ult in that fight, so we're going to smash through this with Karthus obviously being an absolute demon at taking this. He has Smite up as well, so there's no risk. Camille doing the most that she possibly can with no one else on the map. Going to be taking the inhib tower here. Probably won't get inhib out because they'll complete this Baron. And then Orianna was going to have to flash to get away. Corki picking up the kill. Okay, this is looking very much in the side of red now. Riven leading a couple of really big fights here. Really well played. Picking up the Hex Drinker now. Obviously, we have a lot of mixed damage coming out of the side of the blue team, so Riven wanting to nullify that as much as she can. Hex Drinker and Death Dance are a really deadly combo in damage mitigation. Obviously, still providing Riven with a lot of healing as well with the Lifeline passive. Just kind of makes sense. Doesn't really need to do any more damage as well either because Ezreal's on the board and also Karthus is really strong. Karthus level 15, 2 levels ahead of the Udyr, level 14 on the side of the Lucian. Still ahead of the Ezreal, but game's not over yet. Let's just see what they do with this Baron. Riven's still posturing to do something mid here even though no one else is on the map. Dragon the next play, obviously maybe Soul is the win condition for the blue team. You see 2 mid here, Riven's biggest threats. I don't think they're gonna contest this Dragon. Obviously with the Baron buff, the red team's going to be quite scary. Level 13 Camille to level almost 15 Riven. As they're looking for just a backdoor play. They're really just like going hard for the objectives here. Camille just can't do anything. Like, this play to me is weird because it's just like you have Baron buff. Like, even if you TP there, maybe the inhib was on like 1 HP, I don't know. Bit of a fiesta fight here. If Riven can get a nice hop on this tower, she has a lot of haste, maybe she catches. Udyr should die here. Riven's still really tanky. Udyr culling beautifully. This is like a big kitey sort of fight. This is like really high elo sort of stuff. Like the way that they approach these fights, you know, no one really commits, they just kite backwards for their team. Yeah, a bit weird, that play, I'm not gonna lie. See Riven still chasing. If we can get a good angle to cut this Lucian off. They pick up the Udyr, and Lucian also falls. They could literally just go for the end here because they're still a Baron. And Ori doesn't have flash because she just used it. Let's see what they can get out of it. Yeah, Riven's really done like a great job to lead these fights here. Dude, his Nami healing is insane. It was just these kind of like these one couple of little micro fights that Riven led. So like the one bot lane after the dragon where Soraka got cut off, and then the one mid where Lucian walked into melee range. Absolutely crazy. Riven really compensating on the bad positioning. 218 CS, 70 CS lead still on the Camille. Almost caught up to Lucian as well. Just really highlights like how important it is. Because if like this Riven was like, I don't know, gold or silver, he'd probably be like 5 CS per minute. There's just no way that'd even be in the game. Riven has just like solo led this game. Done a really good job. Next objective on the map, probably going to be looking at another Baron, but starting to get to that sort of late game stage. Riven level 15. Corki's caught up as well. Corki scaling, picking easy onto his 3.5 items. Lucian pushing the mid wave. No Gale Force. Flash and exhaust up though. Riven should be sitting on more gold. More is a really cheap item, it feels like. I think it's just because the components are so nice for Riven though. Going to take the red buff. Obviously we don't need it on the side of Ezreal because he has Cyrilda's Grudge, and then Corki dealing the mixed damage. Riven going to be doing a really good job at sticking on the carries with the red buff here. Going to take the top side of the map. We don't know where anybody is though. Take Krugs off the map first. 233 CS. Lucian's still 252, still leading the way. Corki down. Corki down 70 CS to the Lucian. Still behind CS to the Orianna as well. Riven going to be looking to pick up the Maw here, I would assume. And then maybe goes into GA last. Riven obviously not really needing much more damage as she leaves her team to scale. So once Riven kind of gets to this point of the game is where her damage she's obviously going to hurt a lot until she hits level 18. Everyone else hits level 18. But you kind of have to lead the way in mid-game as Riven for your team to do most of the work. We're going to just reverse it here really quickly. Obviously a fight breaks out. So let's see what happens. So we're just clearing. Camille leading for some reason. We see Corki bot. I guess she's just trying to hard engage. Karthus falls. Looking a bit weird. So Karthus just ults here to kind of like help chunk as much as they can. Obviously Soraka's like 10 HP. Flashes and stopwatches here. Riven will surely pick up the Soraka. What big stun of the idea? Raw Drinker. Dude, this Riven is not dying. Oh, because of Soraka. Holy, this Death Dance healing. He's like literally almost full HP. This shield is so scary to look at. It's like a million. It's like white and purple. Yeah, okay. Corki's just scaled as he leads that fight. Very, very well played. I honestly thought Riven was going to die there, but the Nami healing was just too strong. Coupled with the Death Dance and just in everybody's face. Not bad for a 4v5, I'm not going to lie. Very interesting. Camille picking up her Hydra. She didn't actually even go into Death Dance second, which is really interesting. I mean, obviously the Hydra's going to give Camille a lot of wave clear and the lifesteal as well. Like, it's still a good item on Camille because of the 20 haste also. And the amount of AD that it gives. But I feel like it's not really her job to do damage here because Ori's so fed and so is Lucian. So maybe the Death Dance would have been better, but maybe it was just the buy. We have the Haste Dragon as well on the side of Riven's team, which is going to really help her. She's probably sitting on like 150 haste right now. Where do you even see it? Literally 150 haste. Wow, that was a great guess. Stopwatch next. So as I said before, going to go into the GA. Once Riven's damage starts to fall off, you start to become a bit more reliant on just being a disruptor. Not so much an assassin or dealing damage like you normally would. You have to give room to the Corki and give room to the Ezreal. They're obviously both really, really strong now. Dragon is the next objective. Still taking it slowly. There's no rushing in these challenger games. They just look to get the game done properly. I see like all too often in low elo games, they'll just get one inhib mid and then they'll start pushing for the end. And it's just really weird because it's just like, guys, the game is not over. And it's just how games are thrown because people just rush and they try to commit too hard. You have the Corki TPing top. Sorry, there's a freeze in the replay here. Hopefully it just fixes itself up. Alright, I'm really sorry guys, the replay is just broken. I honestly don't really have a way to fix this, but I can give you the final scorecard here on the screen. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Please leave a subscription and a sub and a like and all that kind of thing if you enjoyed the gameplay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.